Hey, East Hartford. Last night we had a town council meeting, and here are the updates. So, from the top of the agenda, we had first a presentation of a proclamation from myself, the mayor, to our Health and Human Services staff. This is to mark May as Mental Health Awareness Month. So, part of this proclamation was to highlight the activities as well as the resources that our Health and Human Services Department has both put on our webpage, but will also be hosting during the month of May. So, if you're interested in any resources for mental health, any events, any resource at all, please visit the town's website, the Health and Human Services page. So that was a very positive. But May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Next, we had an update from Riverfront Recapture President Michael Zaleski. Riverfront Recapture manages the East Hartford Great River Park, as well as three parks on the Hartford side. And so this was simply an update to council on the improvements that they have slated for this year. Really just a positive update on the improvements that are coming this year in Great River Park, as well as a touch on many of the events that we will now have at Great River Park, including the very popular summer concert series, which should be starting in June. Next, as a communication and petition, we had a simple resignation from boards and commissions. We had two individuals resign from the Commission on Culture and Fine Arts. We want to thank both of those individuals for their time volunteering on that board and commission. And for anybody that's interested in joining any of our commissions, you can go online under boards and commissions and look for the commission's vacancies, and then send any applications to our office, and we will process it and get you involved in a local board or commission. All right, as we go down the new business, we do have a few items. So, starting with a memorandum of understanding, an MOU, with the Capital Regional Development Authority, which is CRDA. And this is for the management activities of Commerce Center project at East River Drive. So, this is a Simon Conover project that I've been talking about. It's the 150 market rate apartments that's going to be off of East River Drive. It is going to be behind the American Eagle Credit Union parking lot down there, but right before Two Rivers Magnet School, which is down the road from where this development is going to be. And so they did obtain a $6.5 million loan from CRDA. That does come out of the East Hartford pot of development money. The benefit of that is that that loan gets paid back into East Hartford's pot of money so that we can continue to use that funding for future development projects. And so our MOU with CRDA just allows CRDA to service the loan and as well as administer the loan. So it helps build some capacity on our end while putting that burden of servicing that loan on CRDA. Related to that item is our next item, which was a tax modification agreement with KEP East Hartford LLC, also known as Simon Conover, for the same development I was just talking about at 341 East River Drive. So this was an opportunity for council to once again look at the tax abatement that we are proposing with this development. Is an 8-year tax abatement. It is a one-time investment of $5.2 million from the town of East Hartford and for a $50 million project. And as I had mentioned last time, the benefits of this project is that right now the property collects $40,000 in taxes. If we do this development, year 8, we will be obtaining over $1 million every year in annual tax revenue. So for me, it's a no-brainer. The tax abatement is to make sure that the math works here in East Hartford, making sure that all the numbers are coming together to make the deal viable. And this tax abatement, just to be clear, does not have an impact on the mill rate. It is actually for the purpose of being able to stabilize taxes and one day lower the mill rate as we look to bring in additional revenue from big projects like this so that we can shift the burden from individual residential properties to more commercial properties. So we did get approval from the town council for that development. Now we'll be moving forward with the hopes of having shovels in the ground, a groundbreaking this year in 2025. This does not affect the mill rate at all. Our next item was the Department of Children and Families, DCF, fiscal year 2026 Youth Service Bureau grant application. So this item allows the mayor and authorizes the mayor to apply to DCF to apply for a grant of $68,158. There is a local match required. That local match has been budgeted in our youth services operation budget. But the funding will be used to partially support wages for several full-time staff within the Youth and Social Services Division, and for direct services that benefit local youth, including counseling, work placement, and employment assistance. So all funding that's going toward bettering our youth and connecting them to workforce opportunities. Next up, we had a number of bid waivers on the agenda. The first one being a bid waiver for the Goodwin Park Playscape installation by Creative Recreations LLC. And so we are going to be replacing one of the playscapes at Goodwin Park. In the bid waiver is in the amount of $457. As a reminder, we seek bid waivers anytime that we are working with a sole source vendor or a vendor that we have a relationship with, or a vendor who they're the only ones that do this, or the only ones that supply this product or this service. And so we seek a bid waiver when we're kind of limited in who we can contract with to build these projects. But like I said, this is a project that is going to be building a new playscape at Goodwin Park. Our next bid waiver was for a Gorman Park backstop and fence installation by Frankson Fence LLC, and that is in the amount of $32,385. So that is for a new ball field backstop as well as fencing at Gorman Park. Lastly, our bid waiver was to purchase the kitchen and restaurant equipment at the East Hartford Golf Course from McKinnon's LLC. For those of you who are familiar with McKinnon's, it was run by Matt Corey. Matt Corey has chosen to no longer operate the restaurant at the East Hartford Golf Course. We are bringing hopefully new food options in the near future, but we did come to an agreement with Matt Corey, with McKinnon's, to purchase their equipment for $25,000, giving the opportunity for a turnkey restaurant for the new operator once they move in. And we want to thank Matt Corey for all his years of service as a restaurant operator here at the East Hartford Golf Course. All right, as we move on, our next item was scheduling a public hearing, and that is for the renaming of the Community Cultural Center to the East Hartford Community Resource Center. And so it was our vision to realign the name to reflect the current uses that are now in the Cultural Community Center. If you guys remember from past videos I've done, we have turned the Cultural Community Center into a true family center that now houses youth services, social services, WIC, which is Women, Infant, and Children, the state of Connecticut's Children's Probate Court, as well as our Crisis Intervention Division. And new to the building is the Board of Ed Central Registration, as well as the Board of Ed Family and Resource Center. So we wanted to rename it to reflect the current uses of it. I believe we are scheduled for a building rededication, if not ribbon cutting, as well as open house in August of this year that will be coupled with the backpack rally. So really just wanted to rename the building to align with what the current use is here in 2025. Our next item was a recommendation from the Fees Committee, and this was a recommendation that we had made to the council to look at our cemetery fees. We are raising our cemetery fees a bit, and this is simply to be able to cover our staff costs when performing burials, or for having to perform burials during frozen ground, or on off-site, off-hour times, such as the weekends and after hours. So this is really just a raising of our fees to simply cover our staff time. Next up, we had a referral from pension and a referral to pension and personnel subcommittee. And this is for the proposed revisions to job descriptions of administrative aid in the Department of Park and Recreation. This is a simple referral to the personnel and pensions subcommittee run by the council to look at the job description for the administrative aid for Park and Recreation. The job description is very outdated. I believe the last time it was updated was 1987. So we're just revising the job description to make sure it reflects the duties of that position here in 2025. All right, as we finish up, we have some very, very exciting amusement permit applications, including the annual Holy Ghost Feast, which is at the Portuguese Club here in East Hartford. We also have Pappy's Cafe Golf Tournament. Next, we have Pappy's Cafe Customer Cookout Day, as well as National Night Out, which is run by the East Hartford Police Department, one of our most popular events here in the town of East Hartford. So a busy meeting nonetheless, but all good items. For any additional information that you guys may be looking for, please visit the website under the Town Council tab, find the agenda packet so that you can get further information on any of the items that I updated you guys on. But stay tuned for our next updates, next council meeting. And as always, have a great day, East Hartford.